going to go ahead and introduce Ernestina, and she'll tell you a little bit about why she came to see me.
Okay, so it's good to see you, Shaman. It's been a little while. I initially was very fortunate and gifted enough session work with you from a mutual friend that was about 6 months worth of sessions for lupus. I was having a severe flare-up. I had actually had chronic flare-ups, which was an escalation of the condition as far as I had known it. So I was diagnosed with lupus at 23, but I had a fairly mild case of it. And I was fortunate that I call them now my cheaters. I had medications that my doctors had prescribed from the age of 23 that basically allowed me to have a normal life. And there came a time when I moved back to the Bay Area here in California after several major moves where my condition just flared up and kept flaring up. So lupus is actually an overactive immune system. It manifests in individuals in different ways. It's very unique, just much like being a human being is unique. For me, I am convinced that it triggers from heartfelt, stressful situations. So for me, it flares up when I'm having issues or resistance with generally the people that I love the most. So it could be a boyfriend, it could be my mother, it could be my sister, one of my best friends. But generally when there's resistance and turmoil and heartache, my condition flares up.
Okay.
So when I moved here, I was having some issues with my mom. They didn't feel severe, but enough that I think coupled with the actual environment, there's lots of toxins here. There's so much overabundance of energy and force fields of energy that clash because there's just so many, I believe, signals. There's all the Wi-Fi. I'm in the technology hub of the United States in the Bay Area here in Silicon Valley. And I felt that energy overwhelming me when I got here. Mm-hmm. And by the time I was put in touch with Shaman, it was just too much for me to take. I was at my wit's end. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I just didn't want to go on the way that I was feeling. I could not continue with all of that weight and with the continuous cycles of body aches and depression, and the rheumatologist that I was seeing kept telling me to take this drug and that drug, and nothing was helping. I just felt like it was really bogging down my system even more than I was already having to deal with. The medications were just adding to the problem. So yeah, there came a point in my evolution and my experience with lupus that I just needed to do it different. And I was blessed with the session work that I got to do with you. And it's absolutely changed the trajectory of my life at this point.